My son was born when I was only 15 years old, and I've been a single dad since I was 18. It was hard living for a long time money-wise, but I've always tried to do best by my son. Today I own my own gym, and my son is now 22 and going to college and works at my gym full-time. He came out to me when he was 14 years old, and I've always been supportive of him and his identity. I've been with my fiancée now for 2 years. And while she does come from a very deep religious and conservative family, she has never had any issue with my son. At least nothing she has expressed to me. My son has been dating his boyfriend since he was 18, and I've gotten to know him really well. However, my fiancée told me recently that she does not want my son's boyfriend to come to the wedding, nor does she want her parents to even get the inclination that my son is gay. That if they found out, they would have a complete fit. This really bothered me because I refused to ask my son to go back in the closet. What is going to happen in the future when my son gets married himself? Will they want him and his husband barred from other family events? He's my son and will be the best man, and it would be unfair to deny him a +1 because her family has an issue with gay people. When I told her this, she got very angry with me and told me that I was being selfish and overdramatic, that it would just be for this one day, that she wants the perfect wedding. I told her this was unacceptable, and that I was not going to ask my son not to bring his boyfriend. It's my wedding too, and I want his boyfriend there. After that, I got the silent treatment for a day, and since then, it hasn't been discussed again. However, it has left an extremely bad taste in my mouth and has me contemplating calling the wedding off. I do not want to marry into a family that would potentially discriminate against my son. I love my fiancé very much, but my son would always come first. I told my brother, and he said that I was being the a-hole here, that it would just be for one day, and that since my son is an adult, it's unlikely that he would have that much interaction with his step-grandparents in the future anyway. I still don't feel comfortable about the entire situation, and I'm really thinking about calling the wedding off. Would I be the a-hole if I did this? Am I being unreasonable here? Dude, first of all, you're not the a-hole at all. For me, it would have been over the moment she said, "You're just being selfish." My response would have been to the tune of, "You're just about to be single." Her entire family and his brother needs to kick rocks. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. To preface this, I, 24 female, am vegan and have been for a good 10 years now. I have not eaten meat since I was roughly 3 to 4 years old when I found out where meat comes from. Spoiler alert, there were a lot of tears. Whatever. This is no secret, and everyone in my life knows and respects this, or so I thought. 4 nights ago, I was at a party, and I will admit, I got white girl wasted. My friends thought it would be funny to feed me chicken nuggets as a prank. I checked with them before chowing down. "Are these vegan?" To which my friends replied, "Yeah, they're sun-fed, a type of vegan chickenless chicken." They tasted off to me, but I figured it was just because I was drunk. I was wrong. I found out the next day when my sister sent me a message telling me to check my friend's Snapchat story. The story was them showing the nugget packaging and then showing them giving them to me, including the conversation where I asked if it was vegan. Then later they were mocking me and pretending to be me when I found out I ate meat. Things like fake crying and yelling, "The chickens!" I took a screen recording of the video and took it to the police on the grounds of food tampering. And now 3 of my ex-friends are facing charges. They think that I'm overreacting to a harmless prank. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? In my view, they took advantage of my drunken state, tampered with my food, and publicly humiliated me. In their view, it was just a prank. I don't know. I get the outrage. I mean, if something like that were to happen to me, I would be thoroughly, very, very much thoroughly pissed off by that, and I would just cut those people out of my life. But to press charges? That seems a tad extreme to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. My wife is pregnant with our daughter. Initially, we were happy and excited about it, but then she starts acting like a nut job. She gets angry and irritated for small things, insults me when she doesn't like the food I make, starts acting insecure, and accuses me of losing attraction for her. For example, she wanted to eat chicken sandwiches for dinner last week. Well, I made chicken sandwiches, so she eats all the sandwiches, leaves me nothing, and told me that they tasted like shit. I wasn't pissed because she left me nothing, but if she didn't like them, why did she have to eat everything? When I asked her this, she told me that she was hungry. Okay, fine. She does this every time, eats everything I make and calls it shit. I don't argue with her because I work for more than 80 hours a week and I really want to have some peace when I'm home. So, yesterday, a random girl starts flirting with me at the gym and asked me if I wanted to meet up with her for some drinks. I rejected her and told her that I was married. And when I got home, my wife started to hug me and apologize. When I asked her what happened, she told me that her best friend suggested a test for my loyalty. So they asked a mutual friend to flirt with me and asked me out. And I passed. Yay! I'm really pissed. I'm done with her antics. Would I be the a-hole if I asked her to move out? I get his frustration. I would be angry too. Taking care of and cooking for her despite working 80 plus hours a week just to have her give him crap for it, and then pulls this? I would definitely be through the roof fed up at this point. But to kick her out? No way. To throw her out would be to throw out my own child. At a minimum, she would be making her own damn sandwiches from now on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So my son had a long-distance girlfriend recently for about 2 years. She was great. A really nice girl, and we all loved her, welcomed her with open arms. She was flying here constantly to visit him, like a week and a month, and he didn't lift a finger to go visit her. I tried talking to him about it several times and told him he should really start looking into flying over to her instead of expecting her to do all the traveling. He said no, and my wife probably has something to do with it, as she constantly told him she was afraid of him flying. I spoke to them both and said this girl is great for him. She was willing to move over to our country too, but said there was one condition, and that was he'd have to fly over to her country too, which is fair enough. He said no, he didn't want to fly or travel anywhere. My son was becoming lazier and lazier, eventually telling his girlfriend and us that he was perfectly fine never traveling anywhere, including holidays, etc. Last week, he told us she dumped him. I went on her Facebook page as we're all still friends. She wrote us an apology letter about how she's upset it didn't work out. But these things happen, so we're in good terms. And looks like she's with a new guy already. Me and my wife have no doubt she was seeing him whilst still in a relationship with my son. I confessed to them both that I actually agree with her decision and he should have expected it. He did not treat her properly, and I hope he learns lessons for the next one, because he needs to make more of an effort. I say he deserves it for his lack of effort in the relationship, and for essentially just allowing this girl to spend all her money and time coming here all the time. Wife and son are very upset that I said this. Very, very upset. And my wife says I am being horrible. Am I the a-hole? I stand by what I said. I'm on the fence on this one. On one hand, sometimes the lesson being learned is obvious and doesn't need to be pointed out. I think the father should have just let his son draw the obvious conclusion on his own and not rub it in. While on the other hand, if the mother and son were bashing the girl, I could see why he would say that in defense of a person who was willing to fly between countries for 2 whole years in order to keep in a relationship with this guy. Either way, Either way, his son is definitely going to look back on this one day, and the realization of what he threw away will crush his soul to dust. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more or simply like to support my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out. Until next time.